777, aka Diz, and this is The Force Always.
Okay, so welcome to the show. This is the Star Wars show once again. Let's get on with it. Star Wars Celebration was meant to be on at this time right now in Anaheim, but it was moved to 2022, as some of you out there may know. But you can celebrate it in any way you want right now. But there is a couple of YouTube channels that are paying homage to it. You can actually go online to StarWarsCelebration.com and actually order the apparel, merchandise, things like that you would get in the Star Wars shop for the first time apparently ever in its history. That is available now from enamel badges, which is very, very popular, or they call them pins in America, and many other items, t-shirts, hats, and my favorite, this character that appeared in The Empire Strikes Back on the Millennium Falcon when they were trapped in the meteor type rock inside the worm, the big giant worm thing, if you can remember. I can't remember the actual name, but what a piece of merchandise. This is great. Only if you are hardcore Star Wars fans, you would know what this is. You can suction cup this thing on inside your car screen, and people will look at you and go, what the hell is that? But a Star Wars fan will know what that is. Even though I don't know the name right now, I know what it is. It's from Empire Strikes Back. So check that one out. Anyway, to more news. Star Wars Celebration via Funko Pop are releasing some Ralph McQuarrie original likenesses of his original concept characters like Darth Vader, Boba Fett as a pop vinyl, as a bobblehead, I think it is. They're quite good, but I'm not really into these pop vinyls. I've got a couple myself for this hell of it, but I'm not really massive onto these things. But these are probably your best collectors you can get. You can actually get these by going onto the social media on their Instagram or maybe Twitter, Funko Pop. Check that one out. It's available pretty much now, unless they are sold out. Anyway, to more news. The Star Wars Celebration that I attended, just to let you know, this is sort of news. It's sort of an opinionated news. If you are going to the Star Wars shop, the 2 times I've been to Star Wars Celebration in Orlando, in Chicago, the actual shop was a bit overrated. The actual shop floor, all the little shops, they're amazing. They are filled with unbelievable collectibles, new and old, fancy and traditional, and amazing stuff. Just amazing stuff. The actual shop floor, but the Star Wars shop was a bit overrated. In fact, to get into that shop was just way too long. And my second time going into that shop, not just did I wait too long, but by the end of me getting the merchandise, my actual credit card was not recognized in America, and I had to walk away empty-handed, a whole day wasted. That was something I explained to you many moons ago, but it really did destroy the opening day, besides hanging out with the fans in the line, which is always great. But yeah, so that was it, particularly with Star Wars Celebration. But the actual shop, it's a bit overrated, so just prepare yourself for, not a great experience. Anyway, that is the Star Wars news for this time around. Let's get into views. Views is my story ideas within in the Star Wars universe. It could be a trailer, a story idea for a trailer. It could be a story idea for a movie, a poster, but this time around we've got The Batman. The trailer came out this week via a particular online fandom, which is called DC Fandom, and it dropped, and it sort of gave a emotional, very violent, very realistic, very dark and sort of gothic like Batman. This to me is the representation of what I've been trying to get along to everyone out there, what a Darth Vader film should look like via the Batman sort of trailer, but with probably a bit more intensity in its violence. I think if there's going to be a Darth Vader film, it needs to sort of look like this trailer, how it's the perception of the Batman anyway. That's sort of like a story idea that I'm extending on, but sort of giving an understanding visually what I'm sort of talking about. The only other piece of work I can represent what I think a Darth Vader film should look like is Logan, the film. That the way it looks, not the story, just the look, the feel, the atmosphere, things like that. That's what I think it should look like. Anyway, so that's my story idea for this week. It's not a big one, but just sort of an extension of what I've said before, but just something a little anyway. To now reviews. Reviews this time around is going to be actually the Batman trailer that debuted in this last week. Straight off the bat, 9 out of 10. I thought it was great. It was very gritty. The violence, it doesn't have to impress me, but it really demonstrated the intensity of this film. I like the look of Robert Pattinson in this. I'm digging Robert Pattinson. The only thing I didn't like about the trailer, the Batman suit is actually, it looks good, but it looks a little bit out of place to the style of film that I'm seeing. It looked a little bit too over technological, but still simple, which I like. But that's the only part that I didn't like about the whole trailer. But 9 out of 10, great trailer. Check it out. The Batman, it's online somewhere. Anyway, now let's get into interviews. That's 2 questions I asked myself for you guys out there. Speaking of Batman, the Batman, whatever you like to call it, many years ago, Dark Knight Rises or Dark Knight or even The Batman Begins was out, and it was done by Christopher Nolan, as we all know. But the main soundtrack guy there was Hans Zimmerman, and that is the first question. Which is the best composer for the next Star Wars film? I reckon he would be the one. He gives a very industrial, sort of futuristic, yet classic piece with his music playing. I think he would be great at it. That's my first question. The second question, which other artist would be good at doing a Star Wars film? Now, this one is a little bit iffy, but I reckon they could do a good job. This one that not the second most, but just another one is actually Daft Punk. Not to make it a dance soundtrack, not to be making it so you can make pumping out the hits like a Men in Black type movie, but they did the work on the Tron Legacy film. I think it was Tron Legacy, and I thought that was great. They really sort of dove into the soundtrack in such a good way, a great way, using sort of more symphonic and synthesized type stuff, but it's just got to be careful in how synthesized you get within a Star Wars film. I'm more for the acoustic, organic type sounds. I thought it was a little bit, at some points in The Mandalorian, a little bit too much with some of the electronic sounds that you were hearing. Still, I thought that soundtrack was good, but I think Daft Punk would make a great team, as they were a team, for a Star Wars film. But it really does have to stay away from the pop charts. It really has to stick to the emotion of what Star Wars presents. And as we've all come to know, the symphony is like a character within the Star Wars film. Anyway, that's my second answer to the second question. That is the Star Wars news, views, and reviews and interviews for this time around. I'm here on a weekly basis. Subscribe to the channel, The Force Always, only on YouTube. If you want to send me a question via YouTube, do that. If you want to do it by Twitter or Instagram, my details are down below. And until next week, keep rocking.